VoyagoSites office hours. I'm Justin Hinkle, CEO of Suitcase Designs and creator of VoyagoSites. And the office hours are for your questions and walkthroughs to help you guys, just be able to edit your site easier and figure out any problems you're stuck at. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. You can also send questions to us through the support tickets through ours, and I'll show you how to do that actually in a little bit here. So that way, if maybe you can't make the office hours, but you want to ask a question and watch the recording, these are all recorded as well, and then we'll post those to YouTube later. You can hop in anytime and just let us know if you have any questions. It's not, it's kind of free form here. I've got some things I'll go through if nobody has questions, just so we kind of, can get an overall overview of VoyagoSites if you're unfamiliar with it. So first things first, getting a Voyago site. They are $35 per month billed yearly or $39 per month billed monthly. And you click Get My Voyago Site on our homepage. Well, how long would it take to get things put together and switch from GoDaddy? Hey, Sabrina. That's really up to you as far as what time you have. You could probably do this in a weekend and get up and running. So if you have specific questions, like, as we walk through the help library, VoyagoSites help library, it'll walk you through exactly what you need to do on this side to design your site and have it set up over here. And then you'd be able to repoint the domain from GoDaddy to the VoyagoSites, enter support ticket, and we'd launch you live. So, I mean, you could be done by the end of the week, depending on how much time you have to dedicate to it. Haven't started yet, just got going on past. Okay, excellent. So yeah, I mean, it is something that you can do pretty quickly and then get launched and then edit over time. Like, even if you just want to launch your homepage, you can hide the other pages and then put those up over time as well. And I can show you how to do that if that's something you might be interested in. Because I don't want you to be overwhelmed by the site. That's one thing we're trying to keep from happening, is to reduce people from being overwhelmed and realize they can do it in stages if they want to and still get live and have a great web presence. Excuse me. But yeah, the website setup, everything is through here, step by step, what you should be doing to get your site set up. Like if we go to explore more here, how to access, resetting the password, simple things, site title. Oh, I know, it's so easy this time of year. We're just coming out of Thanksgiving week last week and trying to play catch up this week. And then it's like in 2 weeks is Christmas, it seems like. So I get it. But yeah, this website setup is going to be able to help you walk through exactly the steps you need to really take it over for yourself. So like changing fonts and color styles, it walks right through step by step how to update the fonts or the colors, and then how to preview your site and see it. Oh yeah, I agree. 2026 is going to be a great year for everybody, I think. Excuse me. So that means you've already gone in here and picked a template. So if you've already signed up, so if anybody else is watching, this is where you get your templates when you're registering. And we've got 3 in there now, and we're going to be adding more, so you can see more coming probably later this month. I forget which month this is. But yeah, the overwhelming thing is there's a lot on our plate and a lot on your plate. I get it. Oh, you signed up this weekend? Thanks, Casey. That's awesome. So you guys have both picked templates. So let's go into one, and I can walk through some like the dashboard stuff if you're wondering. So you should have gotten emails to log in. So that would have given you this kind of login screen. Yes, Sabrina, you can, but here's, and I'm going to turn that oops, press login. I'm going to turn that function on for people to do, but it comes with a warning. If you change the template, it does erase what you have there before. if that makes sense, because it is a full website being put in over the top of the website if you want to change the entire template. But every template is very editable within itself to change things within it. If there's something you want to see, I can show you how to do those type of things. But if you write your whole website and then you want to change templates, make sure and you want to keep the same text, copy out that text to keep that text so you can put it in the new template. Does that make sense? You might have been on Google Meet, Casey. I did a what is VoyagoSites kind of thing where people were talking. So this is a little bit different. This is on Riverside. There is a way to do call-ins. So let me copy this link. I'm going to put this in the chat. Did it go in? Okay, so if you click that link, it should like allow you to call in as a guest here, and if you need to speak and ask questions that way. And I've actually never used this function before, so it'd be a nice thing to see for us. Okay, great. Thanks, Casey. Let's see here. So this is your dashboard. And as we talked, I will add the function to be able to switch templates in the future. But that, again, that comes with a warning. If we switch the template, you got to make sure you have saved the text and stuff you want to put into the new template, because it will overwrite the old website. Because the templates are full websites pre-set up for you, basically. If you're looking at your account, you should be able to look at that up here in the account summary box right up here. To see things in there, your current plans, stuff like that. And I'll go back. You're looking for help. So like if you wanted to submit a question on a future office hours that you were, make sure it got on the itinerary, you could submit a ticket through this blue box right here. And also through this orange box at the top says submit a ticket. They both go to the same place. And just create a ticket, say office hours question, and then just let me know what you have a question with. If you have a screenshot of your issue, put an attachment on there. And then I can walk through that live during an office hours. And then also the support portal is for not just office hours, but if you have an issue that just needs to be fixed and you don't need it to be like, demonstrated live, maybe it's when it's time to hook up your domain, you just create a support ticket for the part we do on that. When it's time to, if you're having a problem with the layout of your website or something's kind of wonky, create a support ticket and we'll help you with that. So those are the kind of things that might not be clearly spelled out in the help library, but a ticket will be able to help you that one-on-one. And if it's a something that we can put in the help library later, we will, because it'd be a great question to answer for other people. So we welcome those. Don't be shy about those. And then you can find the help library under this orange box or this blue box as well. And that'll get you back here where I was showing earlier, that just the ability to see basically everything we've got under here. And we're going to keep expanding this and keep updating it as the tool gets better and more questions are asked, because we want everybody to feel as supported as possible in this. We don't want you to be left hanging like GoDaddy or Wix is going to leave you hanging or anything. Let's see. I know you said this is a new platform that you've never used before. I had a hard time figuring out how to join, just FYI. I don't know if Sabrina was able to find it easily. I was under the event on Facebook and it took me 3 to 4 minutes to figure out how to join. Okay, I understand. Do you think in the future, if I do Google Meet in the future, I can't stream it live to YouTube, but I can record it and put it up in YouTube? Do you think that would be better, for you guys on your side? Because I can change that. And Google Meet would be like when we did the VoyagoSites, it's more like a Zoom meeting almost. There wasn't an obvious button to join. Oh, Okay, I'm going to check into that obvious button. Thanks for letting me know about that, because it should be easier to join an event from Facebook. So, okay, I'm glad you let me know. Thank you so much. You usually find it on COV. I know COV it's easy to join from because that button links straight to this perfectly. So maybe I user error over in Facebook. I'll figure that out and make sure. So thank you for letting me know, and I will research that for you guys. So we'll kind of go through a walkthrough. On the dashboard, you can see your analytics. So you can open the analytics dashboard right here on this button. It'll show you all kinds of different things, where people are coming from, what pages are the most popular. My most popular page is the home page today, apparently, because it's me. Or someone else might have come to it too. But it should be blocked out for the admin of your site, so that way it won't record you coming here and editing. It'll let you know where people came from. Like, so this will tell you, this says direct, logging in straight direct to the website. But if it came from Google, or if they came from Facebook or Instagram, it'll let you know if you're putting a lot of work into Facebook and nobody's coming from Facebook or social media, you might want to change your tactics, and you'll be able to see that here if it's working for you. So things like that. But back to site, if you go over to pages on the left side, that's where all your pages come up that are already preloaded on your site. Homepage is probably the most important. So that's where we'll work first. So just hover over it and choose Edit with Elementor. And that loads the editor. And so just kind of be able to see around the site. Up here is the publish button. That's when you have new changes to publish. You'll click that pink button up in the upper right-hand corner. In the middle of the top menu, you have desktop, tablet, and mobile. So you can kind of see, these are all mobile optimized already too. So they're ready to go on mobile. And you can see if something doesn't look good on mobile, like this picture, I'll have to fix that. This picture overlaps that text. There are easy fixes for that I can teach you. But you just let me know if something doesn't look right. Like, I can add a background color to that text, for example, if I want to do it that way. Do we need to have our terms for the site, or is that you need to get your own terms? We did provide pages for the terms and conditions to be put onto already, but we don't pre-write the terms and conditions. We're not lawyers. We'd get it wrong. So, are you thinking website terms too? Because same thing, we don't have website terms pre-written for you. But the pages are loaded there for you to be able to use. So if you click preview changes up in the upper right-hand corner, the little eyeball, that's going to show you your page live, or what it should look like live. But I was just going to show you that I do have pages for you to use for many different legal forms. These are the ones I have from Travel Industry Solutions myself. So I just use those pages as a template. You don't need to use all the pages. You use which ones work for you and which ones you had drawn up for you by your lawyer, by Rocket Lawyer, Travel Industry Solutions, or whatever. It was website terms. I'm working on getting TIS for everything. Are they required right away? No, they aren't required right away, but they do protect you in the long run. They're just kind of, legalese, but you don't have to, you can launch without them. I've seen people do it. I've seen people launch with just terms and conditions on their website. So it's recommended, but it's not required. Does that make sense? Absolutely. Excellent. So if you're just getting into your website and, getting ready to update it, one of the first things I like to do is get my logo on there. So, make it yours. So if you go over here where the E is in the top left-hand corner, drop down and choose site settings. And again, this is all in the help library to teach you how to do this, and choose site identity halfway down the menu. And that's where you can choose your site logo and your site favicon. So the favicon is what comes up here in the tab up at the top. And then the logo will pre-populate in your header for you when you change it here. So if I was to change it back to the Suitcase Designs logo, and I want to change this back to the Suitcase Designs logo. So I've already got those preloaded. You would upload your logos from your desktop or whatever. Save those changes. Oh, I'm glad, Casey. I'm really glad it's been helpful. Like, if you have any questions, if anything doesn't, like if there's a step missing, let me know, because I really want to make that as, whole as possible. And I've tried to really go through it in my mind when I work through a site step by step to make sure I get everything on there. So I've just changed the logo and the favicon. Go back over here in the site settings. You've also got your global colors and your global fonts. So you can change your global colors here. And these colors are hooked up to basically everything on the site. So accent is your buttons. You can see the accent hover. The button goes that little darker orange there. If I wanted my hover to really be something crazy there, now it's a teal. You can see that on the buttons. The background neutrals, you can see these backgrounds have neutral colors to them. So like this gray right here, not so neutral, a little crazy, but or no color at all. So I'm gonna go pick out another kind of gray there real quick. There we go. So everything's can kind of set up to be out of the box that you can get up and running really quickly. You don't have to try and design everything yourself if you don't want to. You have the ability to. That's the great thing about this, is as you learn it and get more comfortable with it in the future, you can change things and personalize them even more, because you do have the full power of Elementor Pro, which, that's a paid plugin. We're supplying that as part of the whole package. Having that power gives you a lot of options. So I'm going to save these changes because I just messed with the color a little bit. And I'm going to go back here, and you've got the fonts. And so these have the full Google fonts loaded. So if I wanted to change, so Monte Carlo, that's a little too cursive for me, kind of hard to read. But you can see as they go through, they'll kind of load in that left hand with what they look like. So that looks pretty good. So I'll take that for my primary font. My secondary font, is, if I change it to Peralta, there you go. There's the secondary font being used as Peralta. And so you can also, so I choose this and say that little one I chose, where'd it go? That's too small a size for me. I can also edit the size a little bit if I wanted to. Just using that size button there. Permanent marker. There's so many options in here. You just want to make sure that it is readable and legible to your audience, your visitors, when they look at the site. Look at it on mobile, make sure it looks good there. Look at it on tablet, see how it's looking there. And these are adjusting, the sizes are adjusting for every screen size. If you see that, we've already got that pre-adjusted as well. But if you were on mobile, let's say you're on mobile, for example, and you thought this secondary size. So see here, it said the size now says mobile portrait here. You click on that, you have desktop, tablet, and mobile. You can see the different sizes loaded for each. Desktop's at 43, mobile was at 30. So it's already preloaded to a smaller size. But if you wanted to, adjust that, you can do that there. You have the opportunity to really, like I said, you have a lot of power here, but we've pre-set up so many settings for you. You don't have to worry about a lot of stuff to begin with. So I'm going to go ahead and save the changes I made, the fonts there, and we're going to return to the editor. So just X out of site settings. And I'm going to go back to full screen. And I'm also going to refresh the whole web page because I did just update my logos. So I want to see that come through. There. So you can see the new logo that I updated into there. If you want to edit headlines, text, so click on the little pink pencil. The box kind of highlights where you want to edit. So family vacations to Bermuda. That's all I'm specializing in is Bermuda apparently today. So you want your headline also to be something like a benefit. So, relaxing family vacations to Bermuda. And then your sub headline here, tell them what you do and who you do it for. We plan, island vacations for families too busy to do it themselves. Speak to, and we talk about that in the writing part of with the logo. Is it better to have no background with it or have brand colors behind it? It's better to have no background, Sabrina, because that way you can adjust the header colors and things like that. Does that make sense? So if you have a transparent logo, you can adjust the colors behind it on the headers. And for example, up here in the header, that primary color can be adjusted to your brand color and it'll blend in better. Then if you're changing a button, hover over the button that says, the text right there, plan my adventure. And right now these buttons are all linked to the schedule page, which has like a form they can fill out. But if you were to link to like a Calendly or a turn scheduler, you can put that link right in here on each button. You'd have to do it on each button, but you put the link right here and that will open up that turn scheduler for you, for example, or your Calendly meeting notices, whichever you prefer. You can use the schedule page, and I'll show you what the schedule page looks like. I'm just going to publish this real quick. The schedule page is preloaded with mine's preloaded with a calendar. I'm going to delete that. It's preloaded with HTML code. So if you wanted to embed like a Calendly or Microsoft Bookings or something like that, that can be embedded there. Or if you want to use this form is set up to send you an email directly to your email address from the website already. So if you're the admin of your site, this is set up to send an email to the admin of your site. So it sends it to you, but it also logs it within the site. I'll show you real quick. It also logs it in this Fluent Forms area of your site. And you choose entries, and it's going to tell you people who have entered anything on your form, and you can view it. So it'll have all your log here. You can view it and see what they entered. So this was me entering myself with a nonsense message. But that way you don't lose it in your email. You can always look through here each day. You go to your website too and see, okay, who's contacted me, today. Jump back over here. So I'm going to go back to the home page because there's save and leave. It always, so if you do something without publishing it, it's going to ask you to save and leave before you go or discard your changes completely. So you have that choice. You're not going to accidentally forget it. To change pictures. So pictures are either a background like this or an image box like this. An image box is really easy because you click on the little pink pencil again. You can see on the left, edit image. Choose an image from your media library, or you can upload files for that image, or you can use this instant images tab. And this is you choose, you want to search Unsplash, Openverse, Pixabay, or Pexels. And choose, I wanted to use Santa Claus right there. Maybe I'm planning holiday trips. So select that, and that's going to automatically just, you don't have to go to the website, download it to the computer, upload it to the website here. You can just take it from Pixabay or whatever, and it will automatically add it to your media library here. If you've got a background, so this whole section, you can see I'm hovering over it, and that pink box, pink handles appearing at the top. You click on those 6 dots, and it says edit container. So I see the container, I choose style, and it says the background has an image. I choose that image. I can go through again. I want, I'm searching for Christmas travel now. Maybe that's, that's what my niche is. See what they have in here for Unsplash for Christmas travel. there's past, I think that's fun. We'll just use that one. Give the gift of travel this Christmas. Maybe that's something you could, promote, because you have the ability to go in here and change this when you want to for whenever, like, different seasons and different kind of things you're pushing. Like, this would be a great different headline. You just change the top right here, just so they land here, they get it. And you don't have to change your whole site to Christmas. So you can still keep the rest of it what it is, but just these little things that you can do over time to really personalize and make your site timely for everything is really helpful. So like these say more results, better results, faster results, I think normally, but you want to change those to some kind of benefit you give your client. So I changed these to expert guidance, stress-free adventure, and unforgettable experiences. So you click on one of those, you click on the item over here, and just change the text like that. Fun in the sun, just like that. And then when you're ready to save, you click the pink publish button up in the right-hand corner. So you really want to make sure, this is all working for you. This learn more button here under the services area is going to take them to the services page. So I'll show you that real quick. We'll preview the page with the eyeball up in the right-hand corner. So again, that eyeball up in this right-hand corner, you preview changes. So you can preview the website here. If they click that learn more button, it's going to take you to your services page where you can go more in depth on each one of those things. So, I don't remember what I had on the other side. I'm going to go back real quick. So I had all-inclusive resorts, theme park vacations, and cruises. So go over to this page. And okay, I need to update here, obviously. So I can do an intro to my services. I can talk about each one individually and kind of list features or benefits of that service that you do specifically. And as you grow, you can actually, when you get more comfortable, you can duplicate these pages and dedicate this all to one service, like, destination weddings or something. And you want to go more in depth about that, or Disney World is insane. You can go more in depth about everything you do for Disney World, on a page all by itself. I'll show you how to duplicate those pages next. So go back to your dashboard and go to pages. And so my services page, you hover over it and it says duplicate this. Click on that. And it's going to give you a draft services page. So you can press quick edit and you change the title to say Disney for me, and update. And then as you're hovering over it, edit with Elementor. And you can go in there again and change it all to exactly, this would all be Disney vacations for me. And then I go into each one individually and, type in, benefits, benefits of the service, things that they can imagine while they're there. I'd want to change the images. Oh, so this is another one, image change. So I'm on this image and you don't see a pink box appear in this corner, but you have a gray box here. Click that gray box and it's a container. Click the style and there's the image background. So some of you will have these on your sites as well. So if you don't see the pink button and it's not a total background image of the whole section, it's a smaller container, this gray box here. Edit that container, click the style and choose the image you want for that. So I'm going to say, change this one out, choose an image. Let's see here. This is a Disney image. Select that for that. Space Mountain. And then I had, these are all Disney images now. So then I'd go more in depth about Disney on the page. And then when you're ready to publish it, you publish it. But you're wondering, okay, it needs to be added to my menu. So that's another thing we do. So we'll go back to the E over here and choose exit to WordPress. And then click the view pages, click your logo up in the top left-hand corner. It takes you back to the pages area. If we want to add something to the menu, so this is further down the line. This is a little bit more advanced, but you go over to appearance and choose menus. And it shows you the pages in the left-hand corner or left-hand side. It shows you if you're editing the menu, footer menu or header menu. So let's choose the header and select. And I want to add my Disney page, add the menu, and I can drag it to where I want it in the menu, you know, like, so what level of menu you want. Press save menu. And now when you go to your site, so come up here, click on visit site. So hover over Moonshot Travel, hover over your site name, click on visit site. And you can see Disney is in my menu now. My Disney page is published. There we go. I just realized something. Moonshot Travel, my site name up there. To edit your site name, to make sure that's your name, you want to make sure you go to settings. Under general, you can edit your site name up here. So that should be named coming out of registration, but maybe you made a typo, something like that. You can change your site name there. And you can put a tagline here if you want to. That's, you know, dream vacations that create a lifetime of memories. You can change your site icon from here also, but I recommend just doing it in Elementor along with your logo. Just keep it consistent. Everything else in here is up to your preferences. I've got it all set for the Denver time zone because I'm in that time zone right now. So if you want to set the time zone to whatever you want, you know, where you are, you click on that and just choose, you know, where you are in the world. Maybe I'm in Indianapolis. And then you, after you've chosen what you want here, you click down here and save changes. But this should be showing your name that you chose at registration right away. But if you have any need to change it, you go under settings in general. There are a lot of things in the menu that we don't currently go over because you don't necessarily need to use them. There may be times in the future when you have a question that needs to be solved by using them. And that's when I'd write a new article and do a new demonstration here or something like that. So, you know, I want to make sure that you have the ability to get started without being overwhelmed by all the extras here. Big thing is SEO people think about, you know, so go back to your pages and hover over the page you want to edit the SEO on. So I've got home page, and instead of clicking edit with Elementor, just click the word edit. And it brings up this Yoast SEO box here at the bottom. And so I want to get a focus key phrase. So this is something you want to include in your headlines or subheadlines naturally. So I think I said, say Bermuda vacations. For Bermuda family vacations. So it changed from red to orange, which means it changed from needs work to good. And then green, as you can see, readability is great. And then you want to type a meta description in. So right here where it shows, please provide a meta description by editing the snippet below. In this, this is the result, what Google will show. So mobile and desktop. This is where that comes from. So we plan family vacations to Bermuda and beyond. And so this is giving you an analysis. This red tells, or this orange is telling you, okay, this is good. It can be better. So you can keep typing, but you don't want it too long. If you have it too long, it'll get cut off. So it's best to, you can see if it's going to get cut off up here in the box while you're writing it down here in this description area. Cruises and all inclusive resorts for your family to relax and unwind. say, so now I got to green. So it's not only seeing the keywords are there good, but it's also the length is really good for the meta description. So this is going to help your SEO really. And we have hints and tips on how to write your SEO stuff here in the help library as well. But this is going to help people find you on Google better because it's going to match what people are searching for. The SEO wording is singular versus plural words, something about. SEO sees them as the same. They're like synonyms. You're welcome. Your blog, speaking of SEO. So let's go back out here. So where it says posts, that's where you get to add blog posts. So I'm going to go into one that we've already put on here and click edit. And this is why your website is more than the digital business card. So this has nothing to do with this website, but you can also, this is where you'd edit the SEO for this as well, is down below the blog. And so that is SEO for this specific blog post. And you want to answer blog questions people are searching for. And we also teach you how to do that in the help library, because that's going to help with your SEO really greatly if you're answering questions people are searching for. So like Bermuda vacation packages, Bermuda vacation rentals, these things under here, people are searching for families, couples, for two, for seniors, for toddler, for 2022. That's old. So Bermuda family packages for vacation packages for families. So take that. I'm going to go back to my post and got orange, but I'm going to go to a new post. So just forget that. Add post up here. This button here brings you a new post. And the best Bermuda vacation packages for families is what my title is going to be. So this is something people are searching for specifically. And that can be your key phrase. And then you also want your meta description filled out. But then you want to write your post using ChatGPT, or if you're writing it in Word or some kind of word processor document like Google Docs, you can write it there and copy it into here later. And or you could write it right in here if you are prolific. And in 2025, the best, and I'm not great at writing off the top of my head like this, so I'm on the spot. Vacation packages for families are trips to Bermuda. And so it's easy, type it in that easily, and then type it correctly. Type it in that easily in here. It's like a word processor. If I wanted to change that from a paragraph to a heading, you can do it like that. There's a lot of stuff in here you can use that you don't need to use right off the bat. You do want to, when you put your stuff in here, you do want to make sure you do have subheadings throughout your blog, because that helps Google see what the information is most important. Like your subheadings throughout the blog should have important information. So this is your H1 heading. And then the first thing it'll do is, if you chose heading, first heading it'll choose is H2. So the first breakdown. And if you want to keep breaking it down and just however long your blog is, you can go really low to H6. And what that's doing is it's telling Google this is the order of importance. And then type your text under there. And then over here on the post area on the right-hand side, it says set featured image. Click that and you can choose an image for your post. So I want to go to instant images. I'm going to choose, I've got Unsplash. I'm going to choose a picture of Bermuda. Some great photos in here. And these are all free to use. So you're able to use these on your site. Don't worry about that. So I like that one. And then set as featured image, that little blue box there. You can add an excerpt here if you want to, put in part of the words that, to lead people into it. And that'll be shown on the card on the blog page on most of these templates anyway. So publish that, and I'm going to view the post. So there's my post. Not much to look at right now, but these share buttons over here, don't worry if you don't have those specific social media things. This is for other people to share to their social media. So if I wanted to click Facebook, it'll open up my Facebook pop-up to share and create a post. Same with X, LinkedIn, Pinterest, or Threads. If you've got Pinterest for your business, I would recommend, after you post each blog, pinning it to Pinterest as well, because Pinterest is a long tail search engine. People find things there all the time and will come back to your blog later in the future and discover you that way. So if you're looking at the blog page, you can see my posts here. So I've got the digital business card website and the Bermuda packages, and they just click on it to read more, and they take some to the post. I'll look at the layout of this one so I can show you. So you can see here, the layout is a little stronger. Each one of these numbered things is a header. So that's an H2. So that gives Google an idea of what's important and how to break down this post for giving people information that they're searching for, obviously. And then again, they can click these and pin it to Pinterest or whatever they'd like to do from there. I don't know what this picture it was trying to attach here was, but because I don't usually attach TIFF pictures. I recommend JPEGs, JPG for these kind of photos, or WebP is good. That condenses it. We've actually got in our, how do I say this? In our platform, we already have, if you click on media, and I'm going to click on this list, we've already set up this platform to compress your photos for you. So it helps speed up your website right out of the box. So you can see this short pixel compression. This has reduced that Bermuda photo by 70% in size already without a reduction in quality. So that's going to help just across the board speed up your website. And so this is already built into the platform. It's a premium tool that we've already paid for your use. And everybody gets this, just like Elementor Pro. But you can see all of these have been reduced by a significant amount of percentage, and they don't lose quality in the photos. Video is interesting. So some people might want to use a video on their site. That can be done. It doesn't compress like this. So you want to really think about the size of video you're using. So I'll go to a page and kind of show you how to do that. Back to that home page. You can also link a video straight from like YouTube or something. So I'm going to click this background again. So the passport background there, and go to style. And so background type was already on classic, and I just chose a photo. But you notice here, there's a little video box. It looks like a little camera. Click that, and you can choose a video from, I could choose a YouTube video. Choose a YouTube video you own. Don't choose random YouTube videos because there's copyright restrictions. But you can choose one. Say if you've done some sort of video for your travel agency, you can get the link from that. So I'm going to go over here, share, copy that link, go back over here, and where it says video link, paste that in. And so that's showing the YouTube video there. If you wanted that kind of thing right out of the bat, you can do that. You can also upload a video to the media library. So, well, that's enough of looking at me. You can also upload a video to the media library and link it to here. I'll show you how to do that next. So exit back out to WordPress. Just leave, I'm not saving those changes. So back to the media tab. And it says add a media file at the top and select files. So I'm going to go find a movie that I've downloaded from like Adobe Stock here. There's a nice island one. Open that. So that's going to upload here. So that's 100% uploaded, it says. So I'm going to go back to my library. And head this way. Okay, I'm not seeing it. Did it say 100% uploaded? Did I go too fast? Add a media file, select the file, MOV. Okay. That blue line's telling me it's uploading. Okay, so it's uploaded. So click on that file now, and it shows you the file URL, this link right here. You can copy that URL to your clipboard. And you want to go back to the page you want to put it on. So I'm going to put it in my home page, hero section. So again, I'm taking that big background container, clicking on style, choosing the video, and then I'm putting that link in. I'm hosting this myself. And now I've got a beautiful hero video to launch your website. And one video like this won't slow down your website. If you make a video on everything, it can, because what it's doing is slowing down the load times. We do use lazy load on these websites. So what that's doing is it is only loading what's in the view box first, and then the picture is down further on the page. It loads a little slower to speed up loading of your website for the clients, because they don't need to see what's not on the page yet. So that loads as they start scroll and get closer to it. Right now, this is not set to play on mobile. You can see that right here on the left-hand side. So I've got a fallback picture on here. If I want the video to play on mobile too, I just click yes. And now it'll come through on the mobile screen as well. So that's up to you, whether or not you want it to play on your mobile phone, because if you want that phone to load really fast, you can just keep that off and have a fallback photo right here where you choose an image for that, which, let's get an island image of some sort. I know that's not Bermuda back there, but that'll help you kind of, give that extra splash, that touch of, how do I say it? That touch of just style that, set you apart on your website from every other website. And then preview changes, you hit that little eyeball. It's going to show you what it's looking like out here. And so let's say maybe you're new and don't have a lot of testimonials yet. Let's scroll down to that section. So we've got two sections here for testimonials. Maybe you've only got one testimonial out of the gate. Highlight a section like this. So you click on the pink box with the 6 dots, click on advanced, and scroll down to responsive. Choose responsive, and you can hide it. So hide it on all things. So you don't delete the section, you don't lose it, so you can still fill it out later, but you can hide it on so it's not visible on any of the platforms, any, desktop, tablet, mobile, and that way work on one. So I've got one big testimonial I want to share right now. I haven't got, I'm new to the business, and so that's all I want to do. Or maybe you don't want to show your testimonial section at all. Click on that. Again, advanced, responsive, and then hide. And these are things that, we can teach you how to do. If you have a support ticket and you say, hey, I don't have this and it's not in the help library, we'll write a new article for it. These type of things we want to make sure everybody has the ability to take care of. And then when you're ready to unhide it, you do the same thing. You click on the section and show it. It's back. I just had a thought and I was going to show it to you. Oh, credentials. So we've got a section for your credentials on your about page. So right here, if you hover over it, it's a blank box right now, but click on that and you can see it's an image carousel. So if you can edit the gallery. There's no files in there right now. Add to the gallery. So I don't have any credentials in this upload. I'm going to go select some files real quick. Then I'm just going to select a few, open them. Oh, I selected a lot. So you'll get a good look at how this works. Selected some duplicates. So even if you have a lot of credentials like this, I'm going to add them to that gallery. So they just added all of the gallery I was working on. I'm going to insert the gallery. So you see all those publishing over here. There's 31 I inserted, but you can see that we've got it set up to scroll through your credentials automatically. So we looked at on a preview page over here, see what it looks like there. So obviously some of these aren't edited for actual put on here that I chose out of mine, but if they want to click on it, they can pull through it themselves and see, the kind of stuff you're certified in. So we want to make sure you have an ability to show your credentials, and then you can rename the section something, it says featured award certifications. That's just to let you know what you should put in there. Rename that section like, investing in ourselves to invest in you. I don't know, something that really shows them the benefit of why all your credentials matter. And again, type better than Justin. Because you really want to show them these things and let them know why they matter. Meet the team on the about page. Again, if you don't have a team, you can press the X and make this go away completely. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Let's say I just wanted to hide it because I'm going to have a team later. This history button up here, it looks like a little clock with a backwards arrow, counterclockwise arrow. Click on that. You can see container removed. I want to move back one. Container's back. There we go. So if I want to just hide it, click on the 6 dots for the container, advanced, responsive, and hide, because I know I'm going to grow my team, but I don't want to show it off yet. So that just takes it out of the way. And then publish to save. So I'm rolling up to the top of the hour. Are there any other specific questions you want me to show or walk through real quick? Nothing right now? Okay. Again, if you come up to something that's not in the help library, put in a support ticket, and we'll do our best to not just support you, but also draft a new article for the help library if it works in there as well. If it's something that everybody needs to know, that's kind of global for everyone. So I'm going to exit back out to WordPress, and that's where I can do my SEO for the page I just edited again. And then I can click back out to the whole page library. See if there's anything else in here. Every once in a while, once you do an edit, see where it says purge SG cache. That's a SiteGround cache for your site. SiteGround is our host. Click on that and just do that, because it's really purging some of the memory so the edits can come through the right way if you have any issue there. Started messing around with your website last night and a little this morning, so only 2 to 3 hours so far, and I learned a few new things today. Excellent, Casey. I'm really glad. Really glad this is helpful. The only week we're going to miss is Christmas week. I am out of the office from the 22nd through the 26th. So that week, we will miss office hours, but I will do it the week after. So the week that New Year's falls, like I think New Year's Eve might be on Wednesday. I'm actually going to do one on New Year's Eve during the day, just to keep it consistent for everybody, because I know people might be looking through there. But yeah, Christmas Eve, I'm gone. We're actually going to Disneyland. If you can guess that. Look at stuff behind us all the time. But let's see here. Just want to let you guys know that, this is a platform we're trying to be very supportive of everybody here and make sure that this works for everyone and not just, the people who are the best at technical stuff. We want this to be something that you can get through and feel like you've got a great site and not be left out in the cold. Like, GoDaddy and Wix, they don't care if you've got a great travel site. And if you're writing your site, look in the help library. We've got a lot of prompts to help you write the site as well. And if you feel like anything's missing there, let us know and we can put more in there. So I really appreciate you guys coming out today. Again, this is streamed live and recorded, so it will be saved on YouTube if you want to go back and watch it later. And I can imagine. You're not the only one I've heard that from, Sabrina. GoDaddy and the Wix, Squarespace, just issue after issue with people, and they feel like they're, even at Canva, you just feel like you're staring at a blank page and don't know what to do next. And so I just want to try and make it easy for everybody and really help everyone. So again, shoot us any questions you might have. We're happy to help. But I'm going to wind it up here, and I want you guys to have a great day. Thank you for coming out. You're very welcome. I really appreciate it too. Thanks. Bye, guys.